Okay, I think,
Yeah.
now we can keep going.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. And
You're looking good, sir.
good evening. Thank you. Happy Diwali to everyone. So, a
Good
lot of positive
evening.
energy
Happy
today.
Diwali, Gaurav ji. It's
Namaskar.
Diwali
Happy
here in
Diwali.
India evening. This
Happy
evening.
Diwali, Gaurav.
Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali. And whosoever master is calling from India, they have to at least bring some gujia, some sweet. You have to at least virtual or real, whichever way.
Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali. And good to see you all, because it's a conflict of timing, but I guess positive energy means positive outlook and positive topics. So we will start with our today's session. And certainly we are continuing with Soul Plan. So we'll continue. This is today the second, because last week was the first. And the reason this is so important is the subsequent weeks, whatever we'll talk about, it will help you. Whether we say forgiveness, whether we say gratitude, or other things we talk about, it will help you in understanding, accepting it, and hence, following it, whatever it is. So, Soul Plan, like we talked about today, yesterday means first session, we'll just, so we'll see why. Sorry, there is something is. Okay. Let me share again. All right. Hope everybody can see the screen. So today we'll be talking about Soul Plan Part 2. That means what we talked yesterday will continue and identify certain simple ways, some questions that we can go through and have some fairly good idea that how to identify our own soul plan. Now, even if you have certain element where you have concern, doubts, whatever, doesn't matter, it's a journey. So let's first, we'll see about spiritual awakening. We saw the soul plan, we saw a couple of main critical topics yesterday, which was including your free will, including we talked about when you have challenges, what does it mean? Pre-birth planning means obviously it's your plan, you did it before coming in this world. What if we know about our plan as we are born, and it becomes like an open book exam, then we don't learn as much, and we end up just filling the check mark. You may get good score in open book exam, but not necessarily that you learned. And so our soul, the most important thing is to learn, to feel, to have that experience. And hence it is really not a good idea if when we are born we know everything. We should take it as we go, use our free will at every step, and then evolve from there. So now we come to the point of spiritual awakening. And important is considering what we covered yesterday in our last session about soul plan. So we are aware that it is the soul who has decided, of course, with help of masters, with the help of our soul family, that they made a plan that, okay, what do I want and when? That means the time period was selected and which experience they want in this particular incarnation was selected. So before coming in human form, before coming in this incarnation, they had a good plan. Now, this plan, not the purpose for suffering, because when we go through some hardship, some challenges, the first thing comes in our mind is I must have done something wrong, some bad karmas, and hence I'm going through this hardship. But the plan is not to punish you. The plan is to grow. As a soul, you are growing. You have to experience that particular emotion in order to move forward. Hence, you have to balance the karma. We talked yesterday. Karma, in the sense, if you are experiencing, say, for example, giving care to someone, the next is receiving care. Now you are balancing it. If in one scenario, you are so rich, you are donating money. In another scenario, you are so poor that you are receiving money. That is balance. So when you are rich, don't be proud, don't have that ego that, oh, it is all because of me. Then you are not learning. And when you're poor, don't feel bad. Don't have that negative thoughts that, oh my God, I must have done something bad. Because again, the purpose is to experience how it feels when you do not have, feeling of lack. So simply for balancing purpose, you have planned certain challenges in your life. And what are you doing during this spiritual awakening? You're going away from ego-based consciousness to the heart-centered consciousness. Like, again, we talked about heart, the importance of heart. Because brain is logical, heart is based on emotion. Your thoughts, your feelings, and hence your emotion. And this whole topic, we are talking about emotional baggage, and hence heart has a very special place in this whole topic. Our connection to the heart is very important. And as we connect more and more, the heart and the brain start connecting better and better. So what does it mean as we say, as we are moving forward for our spiritual awakening? So you are more aware of your soul, means you yourself. What is soul? Soul is a part of the big universe, means the same superpower. You can call it God, you can call it by any name, that's fine. We are just bundle of energy. If universe is representing the divine power, then you have a part of that divine power. So now that you are connecting with yourself, your soul, you realize that you are much more than your physical body. And physical body represents your personality. But that personality, that physical body is only limited to this incarnation. Next incarnation will be a different body, different physical personality. Your whole story will be different. So as we switch the bodies in different incarnations, the idea is to learn different emotions, means experience different emotions. And what is critical here is to let go. We talked about some stories we have about ourselves. I can do this, but I cannot do that. I'm good in this, I'm bad in this, or I'm not good in this. All those kind of notion that we have for ourselves. Now, they are there for a reason. However, these preconceived ideas about ourselves or others, we talked about judgmental, how easy it is to judge others. We have to let go. It's an ongoing process. It's not a one-time deal that, okay, today I'm clearing all those topics out of my list and I'm done. No, it's an ongoing thing. As we walk through life, you go through different experience. You are going through different emotions, different situations, different scenarios. So you are not just connecting to your soul in one step process. You are slowly merging. And for that, you have to be in physical body. So you see, it's a balancing act, and being in physical body gives you challenges, but at the same time, it gives you a progress towards moksha or mukti. So it's a very good partnership. So never we should blame our body, our physical incarnation part, that what have you planned? Such a, troublesome, such difficult, such challenges. No, these are for your own benefit, much higher than your physical world. And I understand when you are in this society, in this physical world, that society's rule, that physical world's perception seems to be the utmost, in your life, everything revolves around that. But if you think about soul and its journey, it's not that important. So when you experience purposelessness, that means you are now communicating with your soul. You have started that connection, that journey. That means you are really looking for an answer. And true answer, not just from the physical body's perspective. So if you are experiencing, this feeling of purposelessness, don't think it's a bad thing. It's a good start. It's not the end for sure, but it's a very good start that at least now you are connecting. Because at least you have acknowledged that something is missing. Otherwise, why will you feel something like purposelessness? Lessness means something is lacking. You are missing. And this missing is not outside. It's missing inside of you. That is your connection with your soul. Two things. You have accepted something is missing. Second, it is missing inside, not outside. That means now, it's like you're trying to call someone, trying to connect that communication. And once you have started, for sure, now it's a matter of time. Now it's a matter of time that you will be able to get to the next point. Because this is where most of the people get stuck. They think something will happen quickly. They think that, okay, I've understood. I'm trying for a day, for a week, for a month. Nothing is happening. And they give up. So please remember, it's not a one-time, it's not a one-week event. It's a journey. Trust the process. Once you have started working on it, give yourself time. Don't punish yourself. So, before you see a major turn, major result, major changes, certain things have to happen. Like people say, oh yeah, I have this emotion and it's been with me forever. Whether we are talking a couple of years, decades, or whatever time it is. Why it is so difficult? Because certain things need to happen. And one of them is letting go many preconceived ideas. Your emotional habits. In some form or the other, we can say your addictions, which has become second nature to you. Habits, we know it is difficult to change, but sometimes it's very easy. It's just a switch, and switch is up here, mental, not physical. A very small example, sometime you may have experienced yourself or others that it's very difficult to get up early in the morning. People will put one alarm, sometimes they put two alarms, and still they don't get up. They're always on snooze, snooze, snooze. But if they have to catch a flight and they know they have to reach the airport at, early hours, early morning, it's so amazing that the body clock works. And sometimes people wake up before even the alarm goes on. Or with the very first alarm, they will be up, they will start getting ready because they know, otherwise they will lose the flight. They will miss the flight, the whole schedule and whatever they have, just depending on flying on time, reaching on time. So only on that day, what happened? Why, when every day I'm in the habit of snoozing and 3 or 4 times alarm goes and then I get up, but if I have to catch a flight, no issue, one time and I'm off. So the switch is only up here. It's a matter of working with your thoughts, your feelings, and hence emotions. But these are nothing less than addictions. It's just addiction that I'm getting updated. It's addiction. I want whatever sugar I take or salt. Some people take a lot of salt. Some people take a lot of sugars and say, hey, it's difficult. I have a sweet tooth. I want a lot of, chocolate, sweets and whatnot. And it's very difficult if someone is trying to cut short. But it's just a thought away. Everything starts from your thought. And everybody can do it. Don't think that it is too hard. Because what happens is, all these things, whether we are talking about fear, judgmental, our nature, what we say, or the habit, these are basically, it is who we are and the way we are, our thoughts and all. If it is negative or whatever habits we have formed, the body releases different chemicals, hormones, enzymes accordingly. You're always negative, you will have lots of cortisol or adrenaline because stress related. And now body is addicted to it. So the moment you start, say, for example, meditation, you are trying to become a calm person, you are coming out of stress, getting into healing mode, all of a sudden the body doesn't produce as much adrenaline, cortisol kind of chemicals in our body. So the body says, wait a minute, I'm addicted to it. I want more and more of this. Don't cut short. So the body is demanding, hey, don't wake up early, sleep for some half an hour more. Or if you're trying to change some other habit, body will say, no, don't worry, do it tomorrow, today, you just relax. Because body is looking for that cortisol, that adrenaline. Body is addicted to. And that's the reason why it takes some time. Sometimes you get into that loop. So in finding one's purpose, it comes from within. No one else can come and tell you that this is your purpose. Now, of course, if someone, we were talking about certain terminologies, like people have, they have this ability or gift that they can connect with whether angels or, the higher selves and those kind of power. Yes, they can inform you, or you go through some past life regression and all, you can have some idea where it is coming from. One of the key things that you should keep it in mind, without anything, without any workshop, without talking to someone, what is your purpose or soul plan? One key element is, what is it that if you do, you feel like, totally in a blissful state, totally in a very joyful, or, something like as if your soul is singing. And you know better than anyone else what are those things. For some people, it could be gardening, that, okay, when I'm doing gardening, I'm in a blissful state. Some people say it's cooking for me. Some people may say dancing, or it could be something else. But keep this thing in mind. What is it that makes your soul sing? Because your soul is telling you the truth. So the question is, how do we, first identify, and then we have to work on it. So in terms of spirituality and all, how to awaken. Now, sometimes you feel that, okay, I'm stuck in this particular scenario, environment, situation. It could be a job, it could be something, and everything looks meaningless. So we think I'm getting punished. Sometimes we feel I must have done something wrong, and that's the reason I'm going through this. Now, it is not to punish you. It is not your bad karma. It is, the purpose is, before you can be awakened, you have to experience something which may be contrast. In this case, you are feeling meaninglessness so that you can come towards what means to you. Again, like we have discussed, that if you go directly to what may be your soul plan, sometime you may go away from it, thinking that, this is something you don't connect with, because you have not experienced the opposite. Something that comes very easy, sometimes we don't value that much, and we go away from it, even if that's what we exactly want. So what happens is, when you discover that you did not resonate with your old habits, now when you start taking care of yourself, it will help you in your spiritual awakening. So how to realize that you do or do not resonate with something, and that's why sometimes you experience the opposite. Like the example we talked about, that if your soul plan is to come in spirituality, a soul may decide to born in a very chaotic family. Why? Chaotic family will give you that experience that your soul will say, no, this is not what I want. And then you'll come towards peace, come towards spirituality, and you will stay with the spirituality. So that is why experiencing the opposite first helps you not only in identifying, but sticking with what exactly you wanted. So your negative experience first is actually paving the way for your spiritual journey, for your betterment, for your upliftment. They are making you aware who you are and what do you want. There is no book in the library and you can say, okay, I'm so and so, what's my soul plan? So you have to experience and be in touch with yourself. In today's world, all kind of, social media, all kind of lifestyle issues and whatnot. We are in touch with a lot of people digitally, but not with us. We are not in touch with ourselves, our soul. And that's why these things are so important. The soul learns, very well through the opposite or the contrast. So this is why when you are going through some tough time, do not think that, oh my God, I've done something bad. You are getting ready for your next level. So you have to, again, as we talked about, hug yourself like a child. Like the compassion, the love we share with a child, same way we have to accept ourselves. Sometimes we are so harsh on us. We'll take care of others, but we are very harsh on ourselves, which is no good. Be kind to yourself. Recognize it is a soul. Soul is very innocent. Soul is like a baby. The plan is for your betterment, not to punish you. You are a bundle of energy, part of the universe. Consider yourself as an angel. Don't think that you are the worst person in this world. All the negativity put aside. The moment we work on it, the moment you get rid of your, the self-judgment or judgmental nature and all those things, that negativity, we have a story, a belief that we have about ourselves, you'll see the change starting. So self-love has to be key element. Like two things we talked about, self-love and emotional independence. So self-love is absolutely key factor. We are one way or the other. The soul is trying to improve, increase, and move forward. So by awakening means you are allowing yourself to be who you are. You don't have to compromise. You don't have to say, okay, my parents wants me to do this. My siblings are suggesting I should do this. My friends are going in this course. No. You should do based on who you are, because each one of us are unique. No one will have a better idea about what do you want than you yourself. Your thoughts are known to you only. So the challenges that the soul has planned in this life is not coincidental. It's not by error. It's not by accident. They were very well planned. Now, just imagine, we talked about your free will. So every step gives you two options. Because you have free will, you go A or B. The next step, A and B, A and B. So imagine the planning done by the soul for the whole life. That if you select A, then this. If you select B, then this. And if you select B, then another A, B, then depending on both. So imagine the complexity. The soul has done this planning. So you should be having trust and faith that this is not to punish you. Even if it is very difficult, because obviously difficult time means a lot of suffering, pain in our physical level. We call it suffering and pain. For soul, is just an experience. So accept and go through it. Because when we are going through some rough time, tough time, we start doubting everything. We start believing that someone else has to come and help us. No, it's just you. So it is not these just negative emotions that are blocking you. It is your resistance to them that you are preventing life from flowing through like a river. The moment we make a dam, doesn't matter, the goodness comes out of it, electricity, water for agriculture and everything. But the moment you have dam means now it is blocking the free flow of river, free flow of water, which is the true nature of water. So that's your resistance. So that means you have to let go. You have to open the gates of the dam and let the water flow. Don't hold it inside. So don't blame that, oh, these are the emotions, the fear, my grief, my guilt, my shame. No, it is your resistance. You're not opening the door. So this resistance is what you need to work on. When you work on this, all the negativities, all the anger towards you, yourself, or the story that you have for yourself, everything will get impacted, change for better. Again, be aware, be good for yourself, be positive, and this way you can really work on your life. Then you will not blame yourself. You will not think that, okay, I must have done something wrong. So acknowledging it is also improved. Very important, because as you move forward, you have to acknowledge. Like we say, every success you have to celebrate, small or big. Don't wait for a major success and then only I will, acknowledge, because then you lose that connection. And this is the same thing here. Try to feel that divine guidance. The universe talks to you through experience, some events happening around you. Universe cannot come and talk to you in your language. So you have to be aware and then open. That means you have connection with your soul. Every small thing, be appreciative, full of gratitude, full of celebration that these positive things are happening in your life. Because it's not just you, it's the whole setup. The soul family is with you. Lots of love, support, kindness is around you. The whole plan is to support and help you. Fulfill the gap that you have, the energy or whatever the emotion is, and take you to the next level. So certain challenges do happen again and again. Now, if there is something happening again and again, means the soul is trying to understand or live through. That means you have not learned enough. Just like you go to school, sometimes you don't get good marks and they say you have to repeat that subject, the course, because you have not understood it well enough. Same thing with us. If the soul has not really understood, those kind of events may happen again and again. Somebody, you met with an accident, again, sometime later on, couple of weeks or month, again, some minor accident, again, some minor, and you may wonder what's happening. 3-4 times it has happened with me. So universe is trying to tell you something. We must acknowledge, we must understand, pay attention. So when you are learning from all this, is it not that these challenges are actually your best teachers? Challenges are teaching you for your betterment. So don't hate them. Don't have negativity around them. Don't worry about the past karma and all that. You have done something good, you deserve it, and then learn it, move forward. So later on, with this wisdom, when you will reflect that, yeah, those things happened, then I learned, and now I am better. So say I was a very angry, short-tempered person, certain things happened, and I understood this is what my soul, my universe is trying to tell me. I changed, now I'm a very calm person, and obviously a lot of negativity has gone from my life. So in this example, you will feel like challenges really helped you, means you want to thank those challenges, your plan, your soul, that you learned something important, valuable because of those challenges. At that time, you may not understand this. At that time, you may not understand that fully, that what benefit and all that, because you're going through tough time. But if you are aware of this process, any tough time comes in future in your life, you'll be able to accept and move forward, deal with it much better. So much quicker, once you understand all this, you will be accepting and moving through your life challenges. That means they will give you less and less, whether you call it pain, suffering, whatever, because now you have understood, you are not repeating, you are going in a straight line. So it is not a question of that, how come I have so many challenges, or what if I had maybe just one or two and rest should be all happy life, right? So can I avoid all these things? Well, the thing is, you have to balance the karma. That means you have to experience both sides. So you cannot say I should have only maybe one or two small things and rest everything should be positive. Then you are restricting your progress. No progress means no mukti. So if you want to reach mukti, you have to go through both the scenarios. So do not think that it is a bad thing, because this will teach you with much clarity that, okay, I have understood, I have experienced, and I'm moving forward. So the trust is key here, the faith. Just like we are a bundle of energy, the trust is extremely important, which really helps us move forward. It is our fundamental ingredient that we need to move in this direction. It improves your consciousness. It enhances, because with the trust, you are going through the tough time, challenging time, because it will help you. And that will awaken you. That will improve your frequency or your energy, enhance your consciousness. Because when you believe that there is a meaning in every challenge, we are demonstrating the trust in the goodness of life, trust in the process, in the whole concept of soul, universe, everything. And when you have trust, that means you have accepted that we are part of the universe, we have the same power, means you will be able to do what was before in your mind something impossible. That means you become superhuman. So, sometime it happens in relationship. As an example, you will see that certain people have a lot of challenges, breakups, and all those things before they find a true, good, positive, healthy relationship. Maybe the soul is trying to learn, and that's why the soul went through some opposite scenarios, some challenging scenarios, as we said, to learn what you really like, what you really look forward to. And then you find your true matched, in the relationship. So initially, if you are having failures, don't think why I'm always failing, I'm not finding. Trust the process. It is taking you, it is improving you, it is connecting you with your soul, and hence certain breakup, certain negativity in the relationship is actually preparing you for your next higher move. So remember that this peace and joy, blissfulness, these cannot be created just by somebody says, okay, here is the peace. There is no recipe for it. You have to work on yourself. It cannot come from outside. You have to accept. Doesn't matter how deep you were hurt. You have to accept. You have to move forward. And as we will talk about certain steps, how to do this. But this is the main thing, that let the emotion flow. The moment they stop flowing, they have to be continuously in motion, emotion. The moment the motion stops, they stay in your body and now they become toxins for you. So, as you embrace, as you accept yourself, now you are allowing them to flow through you. They were stuck. You are in denial mode or you were unaware, doesn't matter which way. The true nature of emotion is like river, they want to flow. It is our resistance, it is our nature that is holding it. So don't worry about all the negativity, negative emotion, negative personality and all those things. Don't, because the more you get stuck on that, the more you're holding your emotions. You're not letting it go free. The moment you trust and don't analyze means you're not killing yourself by thinking a lot of things, over analyzing. Now, all of a sudden, you will find that the dark cloud over you has cleared away. Now you have better understanding, better acceptance, better clarity, which direction, what to do, and all that. So now the question comes, if we have understood these concepts, how to identify your soul plan? Because that's the key. How can I understand what should I be working on in this particular incarnation? What's my plan? So again, your life challenges, they are running counter to your hopes and expectation. So first thing, start understanding those challenges. First, write them down. And don't expect there will be 10, 20 or 30 challenges. As a category, you should not have more than a couple. You may have 1, 2, 3. Start with those very obvious ones. I said, yeah, this is what it is. Check, are you in denial mode? Because if you are in denial mode, you will see it, but you will not accept it. Means your thoughts, your introspection is letting you know that you have that issue, but you will be denial mode. No, I don't have that issue. Somebody says, hey, you get upset, you get, like an angry person, and you say, no, I'm not angry. It is because of this person, that person, or this happened, that person happened, and that's why I'm angry, but not me. So denial mode, others may be able to help you. Your close friends and family can tell you, yeah, your nature, your habit is this, things like those. See if you identify any contrast in your life. Do you have this feeling that I'm going to beat this challenge? Remember, we talked about that's not good because that produces a lot of negativity. Do you have victim consciousness? What is the story about you, yourself, that you have? What are those things that you say, I'm not good in this, I can never do this, I will never be successful, I'm unlucky, or this? Find out what is the story. Do you have that victim consciousness? You keep blaming yourself? And what kind of resistances do you have? Again, when you're in denial mode, first your reaction may be, no, I have nothing. Take time, may take help of close friends and family, and identify. Because it could be coming from some financial loss, family member, friends and family, could be loss in the family, some pain, guilt, shame, a lot of issues that is very common, like we talked about in the first 3 chakras, that can put you in this scenario. Nothing wrong, it's your plan. So identify these. And don't worry, in the group, I will circulate it in a easy format that you can follow, Word or Excel. So you'll have easy time in identifying. Right now, the important thing is we understand. So one of the main thing is, what is it that really makes your heart sing and dance? Again, why we are talking about heart? Because heart has a better connection with the soul than your brain. Brain is logic, heart is emotion, and that's what connects you with the soul much better. So find out, what is it? Everybody has something. It may be just one thing, two or three, doesn't matter. Find out what that is. And as you are thinking about this, see that what are those things that may repeat in your life? Write them down. And as you are doing these exercises, you may have to go back in your memory lane, as back as possible. Whatever your age is today, don't worry, keep going back. So say if your age is 50 years now, so start from 50 and then go back, from 50 to 45 to 40 to 35, 30, keep going back as much as when you were 7 years of age. And really, if you cannot find anything even up to that point, then you go less than 7. But first, up to 7. Because till about the age of 7, you are in subconscious mind. I mean, the way you are learning is basically you are just absorbing from others. You are developing your habits. So that's the reason. And if still you cannot find, then go. If something had happened 7 years or less, some event in your life, some major thing that if you cannot recall, ask your siblings, older ones, or some other family members. They may help you and do that. And when you identify certain events, certain things, write down what had happened and when, the timing part. So this is critical. Don't think, today I know. You may forget after a month, after 2 months. And as you are analyzing, as you are concluding thing, you may have to do this exercise again. What is the point? Then write it down. You will not forget. The second thing is, what is it that really makes you sad? Things, you say, no, I really don't like. And same thing, you are doing the same way, same steps. You may say, this is one thing I want to change in myself. This is what I don't like. Like we were talking about the habit of not getting, early in the morning or always late, things like those. So you say, that really hurts me. It could be related to your sports, music, like a hobby. It could be career. It could be relationship, whatever it is. Find out what is it that really makes you sad. Then comes to two extremely critical things, your biasness and judgmental nature. So you have to look into yourself and trying to understand yourself. You have to answer these. Because we discussed judgmental, being judgmental and all those things in our previous session. But remember, in one way or the other, whatever related to this being judgmental is related inside you. So there must be something because of which you are judgmental on that particular topic. So if you are doing it, something is there, whether in this life or previous life, doesn't matter. Just identify what is it because of which these things are in you today. You're not judging for everything. You're judging for something specific. It could be the way the person talk, the way the person, dress, clothes sense, or it could be sometimes people judge based on the color of skin, based on where you live and what you do, and all kind of behavior or other issues. So just find out what is it that you are judgmental for others. Biasness, similar way, find out what is the biasness inside me. Going through the same set of series, If something you see is repeating, if something you see, has happened, then just find out when that had happened. Anything related to that can help you. Just note down those details. Because biasness and judgmental, these both things does connect directly with your soul plan. Now, anything that is repeating in your life, write it down. Like we talked about the example, okay, I break my finger, next time I break this, break that. So it is repeating. First it was my finger, then it could be my leg, then it could be this. So I'm having a repetition. However, the next part of this exercise is if the repetition also has increasing intensity. So now it's not just I broke my finger, then my leg, and all. Now we are talking about I had a small cut first, then I broke my finger. Now I have multiple fractures, and now major accident or event because of which I'm in ICU. So it's not just repeating. Now I am increasing intensity. It's not every time I have a cut, or breaking finger, breaking finger. No, it's increasing intensity from small to big. First, I had a loss of, you can say, okay, whatever unit, say $1,000, next time it's 10,000, then it's 100,000. Now, not only you are losing, but it's increasing intensity. But if every time you have $1,000, $1,000, give and take, so you will say it is repeating, but not increasing intensity. So clear difference between the two, however, both are linked, means repetition. So universe is trying to tell you something. Universe is trying to give you a clear message. What we have to do is understand it, decode it. So you may have acknowledged certain things in your life, but not accepted. Maybe like previous example, many people have told you, hey, you have anger issue. So you may have heard about it. Many friends have told you and you say, yeah, okay, yeah, I've heard that before, but you have not accepted it. You are still in denial mode. No, I don't have anger issue. It's never me. It's always that person, this scenario, that scenario. So you are in denial mode. You have not accepted. So it doesn't matter which direction you may have certain tough time, but keep thinking and identify what is repeating. And if something out of that repetition is, which is increasing intensity. Very, very critical. And then identify your false beliefs. We all have some story about ourselves. What emotions you are suffering is highlighting. You are suffering, you are in pain, you are going through tough time, rough time. What are the emotions attached to that suffering? You may say, I'm preparing a lot, I'm doing, but still not getting success in sports, or whether it's music, whether it's career, business, job, doesn't matter where, relationship. Which emotion is it? You say, okay, my scenario is repetition or suffering or whatever is this. Okay, identify the emotion. And then what are the things you are blaming others for? Are you really emotional, like independent, or you're always blaming others? If you're always blaming others, find out what are those things. Again, if you are in denial mode, you may not accept directly. So give yourself time and repeat this thing. Take help of friends and family. It doesn't matter who you have full faith on, rely on. Talk to such person and help in identifying this. So don't rush. Whatever comes, write it down. But don't think in one shot you are done. Keep thinking and see if there is something that you have left, you have not accepted. It will give you a huge insight of who you are. So what are we planning to do? Simple. We want to do more of the thing that really makes us sing. You have identified what makes you sing, and you also know that you want this more and more. If today one thing makes you sing, in future, why not? I have two things. And the thing that really makes me sad, I have to first acknowledge, accept, and then overcome those things. You cannot just jump to overcome directly. If I don't accept, if I don't, even see it as an issue, then why should I work on it? Because I don't even see it. So that's why first accept, and then only you can overcome. Whatever the biasness and the judgmental topics you have identified, you have to work on that. Don't hate a person or a situation. In fact, thank them that you are part of my pre-birth planning. Okay, so any person, when we are talking about what makes you sing, what makes you sad, remember, any person or situation, if that is making you sad, don't think it's a bad thing. It's part of your soul plan. Thank them that you are letting me know what makes me sad. If somebody, there are always people around us and we say, man, I just don't like to see this person. I hate this person, or any kind of degree of negativity you reflect. Find out why is it that you don't like that person? What is it? What emotion, what characteristic, what action, what are we talking about? And then you may say, I don't like this person because the way this person talks. Okay, now here comes your biasness, judgmental nature and all. So they may come as a package. I don't like this, why? Because of this. And that will give you a hint of the issues that you yourself has inside you. You are not aware or not acknowledging it. So extremely critical. Any person or any situation that you do not like at all, identify those. They are your best friends. They are telling you what you do not like, and there is a reason why you don't like such people. But the foremost thing that you should do, once you have identified something is increasing intensity, means repeating and increasing intensity, that is the first item in your list to be worked on. That means that straight away, no further question asked, is part of your soul plan. Universe is trying to tell you, buddy, work on it, don't neglect. That's why it's increasing intensity. Don't let it go unattended. Don't let it go any further. Start working on it. It's already too late, that kind of scenario. So don't think that, okay, I'll deal with it next year, or no. Anything which is increasing with intensity, you have to work on it now. Straight away, you got that item served to you that, yeah, this is part of your soul plan. Pretty much you can say without any doubt. So these are the simple things, anyone can do, but you have to do introspection. Introspection means you have to accept some shortcomings, some issues within you, and sometimes it could be challenging. So again, don't hate anyone, don't dislike, just find out who the person or the situation, they are your best friend. They are telling you a lot about you. Anything repeating, for sure, number one thing, you have to work on that. So masters, this was about soul plan. How do we identify what we have planned for this life? Because based on the balancing of karmas, there will be some what we call suffering or tough time or rough time, but it's not a bad thing. It's taking us to nirvana. It's a journey. So, masters, if you have any question or any sharing regarding what we just talked about today, yeah, please feel free to raise your hand or clarify, and if you have from a previous session, yeah, sure. Even if you have experience of already doing it, you have overcome certain things, then share with others. It certainly helps, others to learn from your experience. So yes, Sudhaji, please go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Thank you, Gaurav sir. Thank you so much. I have some issue in my last 7 days in my body, and I was thinking why it's happening, because I'm doing meditation in the morning and night time, but still I'm getting, and it is going severe and severe. So I asked myself why it's happening. So it is not like migraine, any different pain. And I was thinking, this is very different, why it's happening. And then I realized, oh, this is stress. So I'm thinking there is nothing to stress for, no situation, nothing is there. I am accepting everything. Everything is going so good. Nothing is happening now. Why it is there? And it is so, I can't tell you the pain. And so I thought, let's take medicine. It will go. So I take medicine, and still there. And then again I'm thinking, why? Then I thought, oh, these are my emotions coming up more and more and more. So then I said, what emotions? So I was thinking for the emotions. Then I realized that there is my beliefs in that. So that how do I know my beliefs, but how do I work more on my beliefs that I know that these are my beliefs and I have to get rid of that. So how I work for that in my beliefs.
So first of all, Sudhaji, great. Your question and sharing, it has both elements.
Yes.
Because you have worked on certain things, you have accepted certain things. Both are very important. Okay. So you have already done the first step. Wonderful. Now, what we talked about in today's session, some part you have already achieved, means you know what belief you are talking about or you need to work on.
Yes.
Now the question is how?
Yes.
Or what can I do to overcome that? So Sudhaji, good news is we still have some more sessions left over our
Okay.
So you will certainly see those answers, what to do. However, one thing for sure it is, whichever way, I prefer writing it down so that I don't lose the connectivity, because today it may be very clear in my mind that, okay, this gave rise to this and hence this and that, like, the logic or the reason where it is coming from. Totally up to you. And in other cases, for other masters, I certainly say keep writing, so that when you do these activities in sequence and you keep writing, any time later it is easy to see where it is started and how. Because in the next following sessions and all, we will see some tools that you will be working on in overcoming. So we have two assignments. First, to identify, and second is to fix our emotional baggage. So you are already very close to completing the first, which is to identify, which is a great achievement. Because without identifying, what can you fix? Nothing. When we don't even know what to fix, you cannot fix anything. So that's why I say great work that you have already identified. It's not easy. And now we will go over topic by topic. However, for this whole week, The more detail you can identify based on your life, like we said, go back to 7 years, like, all the way back.
Yes, sir.
Try to see where is this belief starting from.
I know that.
Okay, wonderful. Then
Yes.
it's easy. Then it's easy. If you know where it has started,
Yes.
it could be a person or it could be a situation because of which it started.
Yes, I know.
And perfect. So once you know the person and all, then yes, in the subsequent sessions we will see, and then based on the situation you will be able to. But right now, without knowing more details, I can certainly say you have to or you can use one tool which is very critical, is forgiveness, and we'll talk about it very soon. Forgiveness is equally important for others and yourself both. It's not just forgiveness means it's only for others. It could be either or both, depending on the situation. But without forgiveness, we think we have overcome, but that emotion may still be stuck. So that is one of the tools we use to really get rid of your stuck emotions. Forgiveness. It's very important. It's simple, yet we'll talk. There are a lot of details, but that is certainly something you should be thinking in towards.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Siddharth. Any other masters? Any question or sharing?
Sir, I want to ask you some questions. Though today I joined 5 minutes late, so I have to go back again to check the YouTube video. But few questions, sir. Uh, I just come to know the spiritual awakening means let go everything, don't judge anyone, and finding purpose of your life is the soul sing. When your soul find very good to do that job, so it means that is your sole purpose. Like you don't feel bored, or you don't feel tired, or you don't have any negative emotion about that work. So that is like one way we can say this is our sole purpose. And just my question is that in today's session you said get rid of addiction. Like if I do have addiction of tea, though doctor told me don't take much, but I am being a teaching profession, I used to take 4 to 5 times. And then every day we used to go to work, but sometime again the mind is saying no, today you don't go, so it's avoiding. So some of the addiction like walking, tea, and sweets being a diabetes, but today Diwali I ate lot of sweets which is not allowed. So how to get rid of addiction? That is a one question. And second question is how to recognize yourself when you said be kind to yourself or self love to yourself. Though we know everyone that we love ourselves. Now who hate? Like okay, some people hate, but in my case, I love myself very much. So how to recognize like to be kind? I'm kind with myself. Then what is the definition of that? To be kind. These are the few questions. Rest all again. I'll come back to watch again. So these two questions, sir.
Okay. So thanks, Sunita ji. Yes, it is a great question because certain times, like we said, we have a situation where we either in denial mode or we don't understand or we don't, we say that I don't think, or in doubt, or whichever way. So important thing is, especially when the first thing which was the tea addiction or this. So see, addiction, certainly if you do not have any other thing, then for sure you keep going to the smaller and smaller thing. When it comes to tea or anything, yeah, there could be many more things attached to it, right? Otherwise, do you say there could be two scenarios? One, I have nothing else to work on. This is the only thing. Or second scenario could be that I have other habits, my other beliefs, my other situation that are more important than just, having tea, whatever the frequency in a day. So certainly you want to work from bigger to smaller issue. Now the question is about self-love. How do we identify and what can we do? So trust me, like, when a person goes through critical illness or some kind of, life-threatening
Okay, good night.
so it is very clear that you have uh, some lack of self-love. It is given. Okay, it is absolutely given that there is some issue. But if you ask the person may say, no, I have no issue. What are you talking about? So, that way it is difficult to identify, but it is there. So what we have to do is really understand where the lack of self-love is coming. And the way to find out is our thoughts. Remember the emotion, the first exercise we talked about before first means in the previous session, the frequency of thoughts, the negative thought, the emotions. And that will tell you the story about you yourself is having on frequently, daily basis. So negative thoughts about we ourselves will reflect where we lack the self-love. There will be certain things you may be blaming yourself. There may be certain things which you are aware of, that I am blaming myself for this. If you cannot find at all that there is nothing that I am blaming for, then in meditation, ask the universe to give you hints. That means it is stuck inside, covered, that you cannot see from outside. And the more you become closer to yourself, you will be able to dig a little deeper and deeper and deeper. But there are always thoughts, and especially that's why I say go back to 7 years. Think straight away when you were a child, was there anything that you took it as given? Sometime it could be we just tell the child, oh, बुद्धू है, तुम कुछ नहीं कर सकता, या तुम कभी ठीक नहीं करोगे, या इसको हमेशा whatever, हमेशा गिरता रहता है. So you don't know what that child at that time took it as. Like parents or people around will say out of love, out of, just like a joke, but you don't know what that child has taken it as. So that's why we have to go really back. No bad intention from parents or people around you, but maybe you have formed some belief system. And that will give you a hint where the self-love part is coming from. Where is it lacking? Where is it that you are blaming yourself for something?
Okay. So, one more question, sir. In the last end of the session, you said you do not like some people. But what about the opposite side? If some people do not like you, even we are trying our best, being in spiritual, we try to talk many times without any guilt, without any fault, but still being a spiritual, okay, we should talk to everyone, forgive everyone. Still, but some people doesn't want to talk. Then what? Then what is
Gaurav, sorry to interrupt you. I think we all want to know this. Even this question was in my mind. Like we try our best, being spiritual, we are mindful, talking politely, letting it go. And you have been
Yes.
successful many times, but then it keeps hitting you 10 times, 15 times.
Yes. True.
Thank you.
So you see, Sunita ji, one person asking always help more than one person.
Yes, I try my best, and I've been successful, like with many people, to reestablish relationships and all, but doesn't work with some. I don't know why.
Right. So, see, it's a great question. It goes both ways, because when we say you don't like means it goes in both directions. So we are talking about either way. If you have situation where either you do not like a person or the person doesn't like you, and hence that question, whether it's negativity or concern means very small, full-on negativity could be much higher intensity. So if a person does not like you, again, ask why, because again, there has to be some judgmental part in the other person's mind. That's why the person doesn't like you. The person is judging you for something, right? So it is that person's problem. But the question to you is, why should we be bothered that everybody should like me, right? If out of 1,000 people, 999 has no problem with me, only one person has problem with me, whose problem is it? Mine or the other person's?
But Gaurav, when it is around colleagues, friends, distant relatives, I would say, when it happens within your own family, where you're meeting every day, it's challenging.
Yeah. Even I want to say, Gauravji, that again it will come in a karmic account. The next birth also they will come and they will meet, and then we have to take the lesson. Though we have said 100 times sorry, also forgive, also maybe we have done some fault, but it is not purposely. It was just by mistake. But still, that's only the scare, the mentally think that next birth again they will come and we have to calculation the karmic account. So better in this life only we can do it.
Okay. So in this sentence, you have already given me 2-3 different issues in you. That is you means in this example, right? Whether you or anyone. Because see, if a person is not happy with you, that means it is a repetition kind of scenario, right? It is repeating. Now, again, I'm going by exact words what you said. First, karmic means fear of karma. Forget about that. Then it is something next, which is, as you mentioned, that you have said something, you have said 1,000 times sorry, but the other person is not agreeing on, right? Or the in your mind that you have to repeat this in another life with the same person and all that. There is an element of fear in this. Okay, if I have done some mistake, and we will talk about it, like with Sudhaji, we were talking about, it's coming, it's forgiveness. So if I have done something and I've truly done forgiveness for myself, and you will understand more when we will take this topic, because I learned the hard way. People say just forgive. No, it doesn't work that way. There are certain do and don'ts in forgiveness, and exact answer you will get in that session, which is coming up very soon. But just to clarify this topic here is, if I have done my forgiveness, and I have done means I need to do only once. Whether other person forgives me or not, I have nothing to worry about. It's his or her problem. I have done mine and I'm out of it. I'm not fearful. I'm not looking down at myself, because once I'm done, I'm not doubting myself, because whatever has happened, happened, and I've already forgiven myself, apologized to the person, whatever the scenario may be. And then I'm not worried at all. Even if the person is within the family, outside the family, anywhere, the process remains the same. If you are clear from your side, your energies are clear, trust me, you will be at peace. Otherwise, it doesn't matter what you do, you will never be at peace, because you are doubting yourself. So we were talking about before, I can't identify where I'm lacking self-love. This is another example of that. If we are trying for the same, yes, if you do something wrong again and you apologize or whatever, forgiveness for other, that's a different thing. For the same topic, you don't have to do every day to that person. No, doesn't matter who that person is. Why? That person is only playing a role based on the soul plan. We have asked the person to do this with us so that I learned something. What is that something? We have to identify. And it will tell you, is it I have lack of self-respect, I have lack of self-esteem, or I cannot stand for myself, I'm always getting, suppressed by others. What is it? There has to be something of this nature that the other person is trying to, put you down. So suppose if it is my self-esteem, self-respect, and now I'm courageous to stand for myself, no one can put me down anymore. Because now it's other problem. I've done forgiveness and I have learned whatever that emotion is. In this case, example, a theoretical example, if it was self-esteem or self-respect, I have overcome that. You will see that issue will go away. The reason this is happening over and over, because I have not learned that emotion yet. It's a clear indication. I have not completed my learning. So,
Gaurav, I would like to interrupt there. Still, it's not 100% clear to me. Like someone is just putting you down or suppressing. how would I identify that I have not learned the lesson, not let it go?
See, it's simple. You know yourself and you know the change with respect to, you being able to defend yourself or not, for example. Okay. A scenario could be that, okay, now I have seen change in myself and it happens, doesn't matter with this specific person or not, it's happened everywhere. Means, for example, if it is a self-respect or self-esteem or defending myself, if you think about it that yes, before I was not able to defend myself and now I'm better or I've improved a lot, whatever the case may be, and I can see this not just with this person, but in another scenario, means other people, other situations, I'm able to do better and better, then you're on the right path. So you may continue working on this without worrying about that individual. Until that person's behavior changes, once you see your improvement, don't worry about the other person. Just take it as an indication that maybe there is something more to improve further in this, but not to a point where you will be concerned or bothered. Now, within the family, yes, it's challenging, but trust me, I can tell you from my own example that, for example, again, on a similar ground, as you gain more and more patience, right? Because there could be different scenarios, but one of the critical thing is understanding others' perspective. Because generally what we do, we judge or we try to come up with a conclusion based on our thinking. So this is another emotion, which is, are we really looking at a situation based on my belief, my thoughts, my emotion, everything, or can I understand others' perspective too? A small example, say parents and child, right? We say, oh, I know, I have seen more, the world, the working life, career, professional. If you do this, you will have this problem later in life. You are using logic, you are using your experience. But in this case, what is happening? We are missing out the perspective from the child side. Have we really understood the child well? Or we are just kind of saying, I am the parents and hence I'm forcing my thinking, my liking to the child. Two different things. So once and you can judge, am I really understanding the other's perspective or not? So there could be so many different scenarios. Like if you say the permutation combination will be really extremely high because everybody's story is unique. But remember this as a key point. Are you able to understand others' perspective? And then go from there. So these two things will help you.
Yes. So we have to work out on that again.
It's a journey.
Thinking also. Yes. To work out.
But if you understand others' perspective and yet improve your whatever that emotion is, whether it's self-love, whether we talk about esteem, self-esteem, confidence, and all those things, you will see slowly but tremendous change coming in you, and that will touch to your soul. Like we were talking about things that your soul wants to like sing, what you want to do that makes your soul sing. It will be one of those things. And because we are not talking about 20, 30 items, the soul is working on 1, 2, or 3. So if any person is bothering you or any situation is bothering you, certainly it's trying to tell you something. There is something inside you that we need to improve. It could be your patience, it could be acceptance. Accept people as is. So cannot generalize, but you have to identify. That's the first step, because otherwise there could be multiple scenarios.
Clear, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Welcome. And yes, as you work and as you have more information, then I could have, comment it better, but without knowing what the person is having the issue with you or what is it that is expressed. So I'm just trying to give a generalized or just a generic example, and you have to plug your exact scenario. Unless you share with me, then yes, I can give you a specific, but it will be, the path will be this. The process of identifying will be this.
So I need to work out. I'll just write down tomorrow. I'll sit and I'll write down, then I'll come.
Yeah, no, you're doing very good in
Yeah.
that, in writing.
So what is the exact situation?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, so I'm in teaching profession, so I love to write fast the notes and all. So I'm trying.
Very good. Okay. So masters, before we end the call, any other question, comment, sharing? Okay. There is no question, or sorry, Sudhaji, do you have something?
Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. This situation, but my friends are talking. This situation, I overcome this because in one time I was so low and my self-esteem is very, very low. And I can't talk even. And I cannot now. I am talking to you. Otherwise, I can't. And it is so hard for me because it is daily, and my relations are there, and I am so much in pain and hurt, and why it's happening to me. And this, I worked for this. So first I did this in front of my mirror. I stand in front of my mirror and I saw my face and I said, Sudha, what is happening to you? And my eyes are drooping and I'm so sad. Otherwise, I'm always smiling and very happy otherwise. So my face is very down. I can't smile. So I was so, why it's happening? My face is down. Sudha, you are not like that. What is there? Then I said, now I have so many days this is going on. Then I asked myself, Sudha, but you are when you are little, and in my young age also, I was so vibrant, so talkative, so happy, smiling, talking, and now I'm very different. So I have to be that person which I am in my early age. So I work for that, and now I have no fear. Everything is happening because situation is not changing.
Exactly.
But now that situation is not hurting me. I am standing there, listening them, and accepting them. And I am thinking that I did this before, so I have to accept it. Otherwise, I will in another life I will take it more. So I have to finish this. So I'm accepting, and I'm now loving them. And in my mind, I have done this. Why this trigger me? Why not this thing triggers to others? Why to me? So this is in me also. So I'm like this also. So I have to take it, and this is my karma. I have to solve this problem now. So now I have no fear now for this. I stand there, and what is happening, I'm just accepting and just quiet, and nothing in my brain also. And I'm still working, but I'm in my way. So thank you.
No,
So
thank
telling
you,
them.
Sudhaji.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. And this is exactly what we say, the liberation, resolving your emotional baggage, because
Yes.
now you have overcome, which was there for so much, whether months or years,
So much,
time,
yes.
right?
Yes.
And now you see, you have not tried to change other people. You only
Yeah, they are
change
changing.
yourself.
Yeah, they are changing now.
Right, but your attempt was only to change you, not others.
No, not others. Yeah. but-
Exactly.
Hmm.
That's the most important thing. Only by changing you, you develop peace within you.
Yes.
And this is a big thing because most of the time we are trying to change others. We are blaming others that because of them, I have this pain, or because of them, I have this suffering. But the beauty of the solution is always inside you. You changed your thought, you improved your self-esteem, you improved your courage, you improved your self, confidence and everything, and you changed. And that's the side effect, that when you change, the other people will change. Why? Because your soul plan is complete. Whatever you had requested them, that behave like this with me so that I improved it. The moment you have achieved that,
Yes.
their role is over.
Yes. And I
Mm.
have compassion for them also. And I'm thinking they have chosen so much difficult role in this life plan. So I'm so blessed and have them. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Exactly. Because now you have 180-degree flipped. From negativity, from pain, you have gone to gratitude,
Yes.
which is a very high, positive, elevated emotion.
Yes.
So you have done a complete swing of 180 degrees, and this indicate that you have really completed a check mark in that particular emotion that you were working on. So great example for everyone. Thanks for sharing, Sudhaji. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Sir,
Oh,
one more question. Can you explain the last slide of pre-birth planning in short? I'm not able to got it. The last slide, the pre-birth planning.
last one of pre-birth
Planning in short,
planning.
if you can. Sir.
1 second, let me see which. I'll ask you to confirm if pre-birth, do you mean from the, not today's, but yesterday's session?
No, so today's section, I think second or third last one.
We were talking about how to identify your soul plan.
No, that I got it, sir, afterwards, sir.
Okay.
That my husband came in kitchen and asked me something, so I did not. And you said, otherwise I'll just check it YouTube and then I'll come back.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
I'll come back to you. No problem. Sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Very welcome. Okay. So Anju, you are back. You are back to your home.
Yes, I am. And this was beautiful. I've been keeping up though. I have been listening.
Oh, wonderful.
So
And
much wisdom. Thank you so much for sharing, and happy Diwali. Thanks for making the time on this day. That's even more precious.
absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really. Thanks all masters. And then we'll meet next Saturday. So till then, namaskar.
Namaskar. Bye.